So once we want to break our connection with Endnote, you can always save 2 versions of this paper if you want to keep a version that still has all of your endnotes. So maybe if you're getting notes on your paper, you can still go back in and play with that original Endnote version so that you don't have to renumber everything. So no worries, but we'll go ahead and convert citations and bibliography. And we want to convert to plain text, which basically just turns it into your normal everyday Word document. That's all it's doing. So if we do this right now, it's reminding us to save a copy of this as a different title. So we'll go ahead and convert to plain text. It's saying that we're removing all of our EndNote connections. Okay, let's do it. And so now you see the name has changed to document 1. So we can save that as whatever we actually want to save it. Or you can always go back in and resave this option as, I don't know, Sonnet 29 EndNote. And then you could save your other one just to Sonnet 29, or however, whatever naming scheme you want to come up with in your own computer. Again, kind of like the groups thing, you can make it work for what you want to make it work with. But we can still see here that this is the one that EndNote is turned on because when we click on our references, they're that dark gray color. Whereas if we go to our document over here, you can see now we click on the references, nothing happens. We can change the page number and it's not going to get mad at us and get rid of that page number. The one thing you can do when it's still connected to EndNote, you can edit the way things look. So maybe we've decided we want all of this in, I don't know, Arial instead of in Calibri. We can change the aesthetics and nothing will happen to your references. EndNote will leave that alone. So if it's a simple matter of, oh, I just want these size 12 and whatever, you can do that. Yeah, you can't change the content. So you can change the look, you can't change the content. Okay, any other EndNote questions? Yes?
So if you are sharing something that is still connected to your EndNote, do you need to also share the EndNote with the person you're sending the article to?
Yeah, you could do that. There is a way to share EndNote libraries. You do have to create an account on EndNote Web, which you can do that. Sometimes your EndNote will probably prompt you to create an account, but I think it actually makes you go to EndNote Web to do this. So yeah, it's just myendnoteweb.com. And once you're in here, you can sign up if you don't have an account, or if you already have one, you can sign in. In theory, I have an account. I don't remember what my username and password is at this moment, but once you have kind of signed in, you'll also sign in your EndNote library. So if we go to File, or no, I think it's under Edit, Preferences, Sync, this is where you'd put in your EndNote credentials. So whatever username and password you came up with on EndNote Web, you'll also log in here, and then you can enable the sync. So if you log in EndNote Web, you can see all of your citations that you've ever saved in EndNote on the web. And then once you've done that, there's also an option to save specific libraries or groups with people. So you can do that as well. And I think you can share with up to like 100 people or something, so you probably won't run out of space. But again, you can always just send them the turned off version too, and you can kind of be the one who keeps control of your references if the other co-writers are just adding their content to the paper. Yeah, so whatever system you all work out. Any other questions?
Should you sign in? Is there anything with like access? Because it gives you the option to sign in via your institution.
You know, I have never actually signed in via my institution. Yeah, see, it's probably if our group actually had like a Web of Science instance, which yes, we do have access to Web of Science, but we don't have access to this part. So yeah, I would just do your individual login, and that can be your OU email, your Gmail, whatever you want to use at this point, up to you. Okay. Any other big EndNote questions? I can do little troubleshooting things with people on their computers too, if we want to. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. As I said, there are some EndNote resources. Of course, you can always contact the library. We're always here to help you if you have EndNote questions, but if it's an hour we're not open or you desperately need immediate help, the YouTube training channel is really great. And EndNote also has a live guide as well. which kind of just has links to a lot of their videos and kind of written instructions to different things that they're explaining. All right, well, thank you everyone, and we hope you see you next time at Building Blocks.